There's a lot of bullshit in martial arts. I know the difference. For over 50 years, I've walked the bridge between the traditional martial arts and modern fight science. I'll show you what works and tell you why. I'm Lawrence Tan, an evolving martial artist. Check out the young master in his modern fighting position. Now compare it to the old master in his traditional form posture. Now, can you find a common technique that is effective against a more powerful and stronger opponent, where you only have to use a minimum amount of force? Is it a punch? Is it a kick? Is it an elbow? Is it a throw? No. It's an eye strike. It's the great equalizer. Why? Because no matter how powerful your opponent is, no matter how muscular, he can't do push-ups with his eyelids. Everyone's eyes are vulnerable. That's why eye strikes are the great equalizer. In traditional Shaolin Kung Fu, there's a vast array of techniques found in the snake form. Modern martial artists like Krav Maga and JKD use a modified hand position instead of the snake fang, and they use eye strikes. Very direct and straightforward. Not as sophisticated and subtle, but very practical. Here the stylized snake fang is modified into a more efficient finger strike. This advanced technique is for extreme self-defense only. It demands accuracy and hours of training so you don't injure or break your fingers. Here are 3 tips. 1. Practice with eye goggles and face masks. Modern martial artists have the advantage that we have modern equipment. They couldn't use that in the old days. You'll be able to actually strike as accurately as possible and use penetrative force without injuring your opponent. Number 2, jab, don't thrust. Some styles use the nukete, where you use the finger spear, where you use stiff fingers and you thrust out very powerfully. Don't do that. Use eye strikes. Jab, lightly, retract your hand. You won't have to use tremendous force because all you have to do is brush the opponent's eyes and they're going to react so that you can escape. And number 3, practice against a moving partner. See, when you practice against a partner who's just standing stationary, you can practice accuracy, but to learn practical self-defense, you have to assume the opponent's moving, so you have to practice against a moving target. These are 3 tips that are great to introduce you into using the great equalizer. Evolving martial artists bridge different ways, modifying the old master's snake fang and training with the young master's modern equipment transforms this practical strike into the great equalizer.